right now, this room is on fire. Can you feel it? Can you see and smell the burning? No? That's because this is a fire you can't see, and most of us won't feel it, perhaps until it's too late. So what kind of fire is this? This fire is inside you, information of your body and your brain. We are living in a crisis of inflammation. Half the deaths on this planet are caused by inflammatory conditions, heart disease, diabetes, dementia, and the condition I live with, inflammatory bowel disease. Even as I'm speaking, this fire is spreading outwards to countries and cultures previously untouched by its flames. So how do we put it out? For ourselves, our loved ones, our communities, and our planet. I want to share a radical idea. What if the scale of his suffering isn't necessary? What if it's simply a byproduct of a broken system? And what if one of the simplest solutions is so close to home, it's actually in our kitchen cupboards and at the end of our phone apps? Food. Food is the single strongest lever for transforming human and planetary health on Earth today. And right now, we have the choice to stay stuck in a food system competing to hack your and my taste buds for a bigger slice of the market, or to see the system we're inside, become food rebels, taking back our power to shape our food future. So food rebels, let's get curious. To understand our modern fire of disease, we need to travel back in time. Back before humans, before dinosaurs, to the very first forms of life on our planet. 3.6 billion years ago, life on Earth was tiny, microscopic even. It's easy to underestimate small things, isn't it? But these small but mighty beings were transforming almost every aspect of life on our planet. Bacteria. Bacteria are bringers of life. And when we humans finally arrived on the scene, of course, they hitched a ride. I'm going to invite you to place your hands onto your tummy, however feels comfortable, just for a moment or two. We provide a cozy, comfortable, temperature-regulated environment for trillions, yes, trillions of bacterial beings. They live cozily curved in your colon and the delicate single-cell layer wall of your gut. Wow. Your bacteria have a plentiful supply of food because they get to eat what you eat. What have you been feeding yours lately? And while scientists have been busily mapping the human gut genome, they've noticed something unexpected. Missing microbes. So what's going on? Well, our gut bugs love to eat our leftovers, the fibrous skin and flesh of plants. We have an ancient pact with our oldest allies. We feed them fiber, and they take care of us. Our gut bugs produce feel-good neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. They train our immune system from childhood right up into adulthood, protecting us from disease, influencing our body weight, how we age, and even our mental health. Our gut bugs are ingenious. But right now, like so many other species on our planet, impacted by humans, they are critically endangered. We are experiencing an invisible extinction. I learned this the hard way. I'm an 80s child, and by the 90s, I was an awkward, denim-clad teen, vegetarian, who never actually ate any vegetables. No one connected my processed diet, least of all me, with my bloated belly, bad skin, and chronic anxiety. until one dark, lonely night on a hospital ward with a fire in my belly so out of control, I was just hours away from emergency surgery to remove my bleeding, inflamed colon. A few weeks later, I left hospital with 3 things. My colon, thank you. A new lifelong compassionate curiosity for my gut that leads me to stand here today. And a deep gut knowing that food was the key to calming my inner flames. But that's not always easy today, is it? We, all of us, are living through the most rapid and radical transformation of our food systems that humans have ever experienced. In the 1980s, 2/3 of the food we ate was from whole, fresh ingredients. And only 1/3 was processed. Today, that has flipped, with only 1/3 of the food we eat from natural whole ingredients, and 2/3 has become industrialized or ultra-processed. On our current trajectory, where will we be in 10 or 20 years? And where is the tipping point where 100% of the food that we eat is industrialized? And what does that mean for the fire in our bodies and brains, for us, and the generations to come? Ultra-processed food is cheap, convenient, accessible, and should we all be honest, devastatingly delicious most of the time, right? But the reality is these fake foods are pro-inflammatory and they're making us fat, sad, and sick. Today, 1 in 4 11-year-olds is overweight or obese, and that's not their fault. So, what happens when food becomes industrialized? Well, it means the natural food is stripped of fiber, processed and preserved with chemicals that prevent bacterial growth. So our microbes start to starve or they start to die, leading to a loss of inner biodiversity here in our inner ecosystem. And because these fake foods are created by big global brands sourcing a small selection of ingredients like corn, oil, wheat, and sugar, ultra-processed foods are shaping our farming and our food production systems at a global scale, creating a loss of biodiversity in our wider ecosystems. Do you know that there are 30,000 edible plants on our planet? And yet today, 50% of human calories come from just 3 crops. Just 3. And no one's forcing us to eat this stuff, right? Yes, supermarkets make it easier. Yes, advertising is working against us. And yes, governments are slow to legislate to protect us and our microbes. But your hands, your mouth are the biggest tools you have at deciding what goes into your body. We are standing where the past meets the future. Let's imagine a world where fresh food is grown in our schools, served in our hospitals, places of work, cinemas, football stadiums, and theatres like this. A world where fresh, natural food is so valued because we all know the power of what we put on our plate. Natural food reconnects us to nature. When we eat a food like this, we are one step removed from eating sunlight. If this apple's tree could speak, she would share the story of how tiny cells transform the energy of the sun and the soil with the everyday magic into life, growth, and this fruit. And then we get to eat it. Each bite of this fiber-filled skin feeds our gut bugs. She might even tell us how generation after generation she lovingly wraps her own DNA into this delicious fruit. So we disperse her seeds with a nice natural dollop of homemade fertilizer, creating more trees, more apples. She might even say, to coin a phrase, an apple a day keeps your gut bugs okay. The more we nurture our inner ecosystem, the more we naturally protect our outer ecosystem, because everything is connected. And our modern human story is interwoven with the story of our ancient gut bacteria. Each time we choose food that protects our own precious inner piece of the planet, right here. We are choosing planet hope. We're becoming food rebels, sending ripples out across our shared food future. Because authentic hope is an action. And we get to love our gut and mind our microbes every time we open our mouth to eat. Now is a time to calm your inner fire and to bloom from within. Thank you.